All right, good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here today. My name is Kiana McClure. I'm the co-chair of Project Vision with Adam Sancic here. I would like to start today's meeting by asking new members of the group to stand up and introduce themselves. Do we have a microphone circulating? We do. If you would like to be acknowledged as a new person in the group, please feel free to stand up and the microphone will come to you. It looks like we've got a brown jacket there in the back. Perfect. He's going to bring you a microphone. So these meetings, for anyone who is new, these meetings are televised by PEG TV, and we ask you speak into the microphone so that way PEG TV can pick up what you have to say.
Sound good.
Awesome.
Hello? Okay, cool. Hi, my name is Luke Tompkins. I'm a counselor at Westridge Center. I started, I think, about 4 months ago. This is my first Project Vision meeting. I'm accompanied by my coworker, Diana. She's been here a couple times. So I'm excited to hear about more community resources and what's going on.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. And we've got a blue sweater in the back there. We'll just go bounce on up and wave the front.
Hello, my name is Sarah Butterfield. I'm with Economic Services. I'm not new to Economic Services, but I am new to Rutland. So this is my first meeting, and thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for being here.
I actually didn't move. I actually cover Bennington and Rutland counties. So I support both counties. I actually live in North Bennington.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Are you standing to be recognized? We are.
Hello, Dan Westervelt. I just started with the crisis over at Rutland Mental Health a couple of months ago, and I'm going to be embedded with the police.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. And as the microphone moves further north here.
Hello, I'm Chad Peterson. I started with Vermont Department of Health in September. I'm their epidemiologist. This is my first meeting. My wife and I moved from Arizona in September.
Welcome.
Thanks. Hi, great. My name is Kate Beeman Martinez. My pronouns are she, her, and I am the sitting board president for Rutland County Restorative Justice.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kate. And do we have anyone else who would like to introduce themselves to the group? It looks like we've got a line that's being volunteered as well. So go right ahead.
Hi, my name is Nancy Bell. I live in Shrewsbury, and I'm here mainly interested in the young people part of this. I've done conservation for 30 years, but I also ran a summer camp for kids for 11 years and worked with the Boys and Girls Clubs to enroll kids. And the focus was on community and contribution. And I'm just really happy to learn about Project Vision.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today. And can we get the volunteers, voluntold more like.
Thanks, Chief. I'll go first, it's fine, yeah.
You're gonna start somewhere.
Yeah, no. My name is Corey Santagate. I'm a corporal with the Hartford Police Department, and I'm looking at eventually getting into our equivalent of Project Vision, which is where I'm going to pass it over to.
Good afternoon. My name is Carl Ebbeckhausen. I'm the outreach commander for the Hartford Police. You probably all know Chief Sheldon. And Ashley Mills is our embedded overdose response person from the Clara Martin Center.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. So, we've got one more volunteer.
I didn't hear the intro, but I assume just new people. So I'm Sam. I just moved to Rutland. Project Vision looked really interesting. I work at HubSpot. I work remotely. Yeah, so just love to figure out what this group is about.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here.
I'm also new to the area. My name's Eddie Grove. Moved here in July from Maryland and interested in any ways that I can help get involved in the community, make Rutland a better place. It just seems like really good bones. Everything's going in the right direction, so interested in just being involved and finding out what's going on.
Awesome.
Hi, I'm a relatively a new guy. Most of you might know me. My name's Richard Gallo. I'm with Vermont Veterans Outreach. This is a great looking crowd. It's nice to see people come back out to Project Vision. So all the new people, you're very welcome.
Awesome. Thank you guys all so much. It takes a lot of courage to get up in front of a group and introduce yourself, especially your first time. So I want to say thank you for that. Last call for anyone who might want to introduce themselves. All right, then we're going to move ahead right on to the remarks from the mayor's office. Oh, do we have two more? Perfect. My bad, guys. I'm sorry. I looked down at the agenda.
I'm Michael Smelser, and I'm here with Brock, so just getting to know everybody. So, hello.
Hello. You had one last person? Going twice? Sold back to me for the agenda. All right. I would like to invite Tyler Richardson from the mayor's office up for some remarks. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. This is like every church service I've ever been to. You guys are way in the back there. This is technically not my first meeting here, but it's been quite a while. I was like Sam and Eddie when I first moved here 8 years ago. I started coming to Project Vision just as a way to get involved and learn more about the community. I'm the mayor's executive administrator. I've been in the position for just a couple of months, but I've been doing community and economic development work for about 8 years in the area for Rutland Economic Development and Chamber and Economic Development of the Rutland region. Is Joel your brother? Yeah, I worked with his brother for a little bit. Just a real quick update this morning from the mayor's office, and I'll keep it brief. A couple of things that we've been working on that's I think pertains to the audience here today. We've been working for a grant for with the Office of Economic Opportunity through the state of Vermont to bring down some services to Rutland around homeless prevention and transition services, particularly hiring a coordinator to kind of fill in those gaps and connect services for folks, particularly as it relates to a campus that we're also developing at the city level, of a campus that we're hoping to have a variety of housing options for homeless transition. And we're working out that piece. We're still looking for resources and for land acquisition opportunities, but it's moving forward. We really appreciate the state's support in bringing some of these programs and these dollars down to our area. Lastly, and that was really the big piece I really wanted to mention. The mayor apologizes for not being here today. He's at a regional, county-wide meeting of administrators for each of the towns in the county of Rutland. So he's out there doing the good work. He wanted me to mention Mondays with Mike. So we're starting something new with Mike. He wants to get out there and meet with folks in the public more often. So we're going to be rotating around to various businesses every Monday morning, except for this coming Monday, which is a holiday. But we're hoping that the community comes out and joins Mike for coffee or for tea. We were at Loose Luna's for tea this week for Mondays with Mike. So please visit the city website for when that's going to be and come out and have some coffee with us. So that's all I have to say today. So is that how it goes?
Perfect.
All right. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Tyler. All right, next I'd like to invite Chief Kilcullen up.
Thanks, Kiana. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Happy 2024. 2023 was quite a busy year for us. And Nate Thibodeau, our crime analyst, typically would do a year-end report. He's having some technical difficulties. Well, his computer is, I guess. He's fine. But he asked if he can do that next month, so stay tuned for next month. But he did give me some of what he's prepared so far. I can go through. I know it's to hear the numbers, it's not always impactful, but have a visual would be helpful, but we'll do that next month. But just to give you a sense for what last year looked like in terms of our community response team and some of the other things going on at the department. If you remember, we created our community resource specialist, Commander Sheldon was here working with the Community Policing Subcommittee of Project Vision to develop that job description. And those jobs were created, I think August of 22 was the first CRS, which was Matt Prouty coming out of retirement. We've since added 2 additional positions, so a total of 3 positions. And this past year, our community resource specialists handled about 1,000 calls, which was 7% of our total call volume, 988 calls. So again, that's 988 calls where they actually were able to spend more time trying to, make connections between the individuals who were experiencing some sort of difficulty and connecting them with the resources to produce some better outcomes. More time than a police officer can typically spend because they're going from call to call. But again, thank you, Kyle, Bill, Giotti, who was a big part of that over the last year, and Julie Fitzgibbons, too, who, as you may know, is currently working half-time because she's pursuing her graduate degree in clinical counseling. So. And so she'll finish that up in May, and we'll go forward from there. So again, I think it's been a real success creating that position. As I said, we're funded for 3 community resource specialists handling, as I said, about 7% of our calls. Now, 25% of our calls are non-criminal in nature, and so we look to really target those calls. But that's over a 24-hour period. As I said, year end, we're looking at it, and our community resource specialists handled 1,000 calls, which represented about 7% of our calls. And we'll look to continue to sort of nail down where we think we get most effective in terms of the hours and how we can allocate our resources. So thank you again, Kyle. Thank you, Matt. Jason Williams, our community response team, a sergeant, not here today. Emilio Rosario, part of the team. Back in that role because of the events of last summer. We had to really reassign personnel to be out in the car answering calls, answering the other 12,000 calls that Kyle didn't answer. And so Emilio was a big help, and Ernie LaGuardia, our school resource officer, was a big help in patrol. He's back in the school now. So that's what's happened most recently. Our plan was to get those individuals back in those positions for the first of the year, and we did that just very recently. We're still dealing with some staffing issues, but we are sending 3 new officers to the academy in a couple weeks. So we're excited for that. So we're sending 4, 3 of whom are new. The 4th is someone we hired back in August and had gone to the level 2 police academy. So he's begun his field training program. He'll go to the full-time academy, come out, and then continue his field training once he gets out. So we're excited for that, and so our numbers are going in the right direction. As I said, Nate will have his full report next month, but just to give you a sense for some of our numbers from last year, I mentioned our call volume, which totaled year-end 12,772. Month to month, we ended the year, the last quarter of the year, October was our month with our highest call volume at 1,271 calls. And that was an 11% increase over September. Our year high was October. And then since then, though, November, we dropped 19% to just 1,035 calls. And then by December, it dropped another 20%. Down to 829 calls. And so we're going in the right direction. And, you walk into a store and, you talk to the workers, how's everything? Oh, we're busy. I said, well, I'm glad you're busy. It's not good when we're busy. And so we're going in the right direction. So it allows us to do some other things that we need to get back to that we had done for some time to be a little more proactive. So we're glad things are going in that direction. Just in terms of some of the crime numbers, again, if you've been to any of our RUTSTAT meetings, or police commission meetings, you see our monthly reports or biweekly reports or our monthly reports at the police commission. And you've probably heard about the difficulties we've had sort of comparing current crime stats versus our stats that we had with our prior records management system, and still kind of trying to work through those sorts of things. But I'll just go through a couple things here with some of the numbers. Retail theft is one thing that keeps us quite busy. And I'll go through a few years of what those numbers looked like. 2018, we had 119 reported. 2019, 125. 2020, 66. This is when COVID began. And really, things really sort of shut down, and they were quiet for some time. So 66. 2021, 124. And then in January 22, we switched records management, so the state switched records management systems. And so trying to compare apples to apples, but we had 337 confirmed retail thefts. Now, we think that we were really underreporting in prior years. So, yes, they've increased, those numbers have increased, but I don't know we contribute the entire increase to more incidents. We think we were underreporting, and Nate's still trying to go through a lot of looking at our old records management system. If we, in our old system, when we were getting certain cases where the store may have decided not to pursue any criminal charges or pursue the matter, sometimes that category of that call was changed to a citizen assist. Well, there still was a retail theft. The fact that the victim chose not to pursue the matter, it didn't change the fact that a crime was committed. So again, it's something we're looking at. So those numbers might be, as I said, we're trying to compare apples to apples, and we don't know that that's the case necessarily. Larceny from motor vehicles, again, going back, same years, going back to 1857, 46, 69, 168, 2022, confirmed 272. 2023, so we are comparing apples to apples, 22 to 23, and we had 150. So that's the right trend. Still a lot, the numbers are high. And so we talk about this at a lot of meetings, and trying to think, I think it was 87% of the vehicles that had been victimized were not locked. So we'll say it again, lock your doors. Lock your car doors, don't keep anything of value out in the open, and it's likely you won't be victimized. That's what our numbers are showing. So that's just some numbers. As I said, next month, Nate will have a more thorough report out. But in the meantime, there are some reports on the city's website now. We are putting our RUTSTAT reports out there. We're putting our call logs out there so you can get a sense for what we're doing on a daily basis, where we're responding, the nature of the call that we're responding to, and they're up there every single day. So thanks to Kyle for that too. So in addition to responding to 7% of all our calls, he does some of our IT stuff too. So thanks, Kyle. Anyway, thanks everyone again. Appreciate you being here.
All right, and next I would like to invite up Commander Prouty, Executive Director of Project Vision.
I'll be brief because we got a lot to unpack. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on pretty important development in Vision. And Dan did introduce himself from Rutland Mental Health Community Care Network Crisis, but having the loss of Alicia for quite a while now, that's been a pretty big gap at the police department. So having an embedded mental health clinician is a big deal. So I look forward to the work, having Dan around, you're gonna see him, getting to know our staff, having that immediate response. Pretty excited. I wanted to give you guys an update on the outreach care team. We've, I think it's maybe not quite 2 months, ish that we've been out. Every other Monday, the team goes to Companions in Wholeness, and this team is spearheaded by the Rutland Free Clinic at Atia's shop, which is now located at 204 North Main Street, the old Heaton and Fish dentist office. They are moved there. Beautiful place, right on the North Bus route. So take a stop in there, say hi to them. We have the Medical Reserve Corps. Thank you, Eric. They are either a volunteer nurse, doctor, paramedic, etc., that goes out with the team. Myself, let's see, what else? We have Turning Point, we have a peer, and we also have a case manager from Rutland Mental Health. This team is fantastic. So it took a while. We've been going to some really rough spots, meeting with folks with a lot of issues, been street homeless for a long time. We've built up rapport. And one of the successes I wanted to share is we've had someone that's been chronically homeless for several years. It's been housed for quite a while now. When I say quite a while, several weeks. And before that wasn't an option. We got about 3 days, and then we got a call from the hotel like, yeah, this ain't gonna work. But primary care has been set up, behavioral health appointments have been set up, clean. It's like talking to a different person. and they're starting to see their own value. And someone mentioned to me, well, that's one person. Well, when one person is responsible for 10 ER visits a week, X amount of arrests, those are big numbers, right? How much does it cost to spend the night at the hospital? Anyone know? I don't know, I bet you it's a lot. So when we can do that type of work and we can have these interventions, it's super important. So if you see Tia out there with her team, thank her for the work that she's doing and being committed to this process. We look forward to a really awesome year, especially adding our clinical guy, Dan. And I want to thank Chief Sheldon for bringing his crew over. So thanks, brother.
All right, awesome. Thank you guys so much. We're going to go ahead and move into our announcements. The first announcement I would like to give is we are very excited to let everyone know, many people have been asking for this, the first nighttime Project Vision meeting will be happening at the Vision Center at Rutland City Police Station on January 22nd from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to touch base with Commander Prouty, Adam, or myself. Kyle, I will have a graphic for you for the invitation on Facebook to you soon. I was told that I needed to make it look cool, and I'm struggling to make it look cool, so I'm working on it. But we'll have a graphic circulating for that. It will also be going up on Facebook as a Facebook event from the Project Vision Facebook page. Feel free to circulate. Feel free to just come in, see the Vision Center, see what we do during the work week when we're not all here in this room. But yeah, that is my only real announcement, and I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Adam for the introduction of our new subcommittee chairs.
Do we have any announcements with any of the agencies or groups today that folks want to share information? Right over there. We have a mic on your way. Thank you.
Hi, Shari Owens
Very
from
hot mic.
Community Health. I just want to make sure that everybody's aware that we've added dentists and we are available for pediatrics and adult, and we do take Medicaid, so it's really important in our community.
Could you repeat the name and address, please, for that?
It's Community Dental at 69 Allen Street, 774-5050.
Thanks so much. Any other agency announcements before we go?
Hey, Darcy, Operations Coordinator at Serenity House. So we have hired and are training 2 screeners. We also have 2 new counselors on board who are pretty well trained now and taking clients, and we are actively hiring for recovery techs, specifically overnights. We will be looking to hire for McGee House when that's up and running, so anybody looking for part-time employment, full-time employment, have them send us a resume, please. We would love to get some more people on board.
Thank you. Also a reminder that any information can also get sent over to Commander Prouty for dissemination to the listserv, which is quite large at this point. So any information like that that you'd like to share to get the word out, please feel free to send his way. So without further ado, one of the expectations of this meeting has been getting the right people in the right place to have discussions around community concerns and initiatives for Rutland County in order to move the work that we're all very interested in supporting forward. So as of last December, we were able to get valuable feedback from the group that also included information and some new committees that we've developed. So without further ado, I do want to announce the committees as well as the chairs. I would ask that the chairs stand to be recognized, and thank you in advance for your support and work around this. I did have to make a couple calls beforehand to make sure they were aware of that. Yes, thank you so much. So the first committee that I wanted to introduce is Community Policing, and that is Pat Hunter and Matt Prouty. Second committee is the Health Committee with Jaime Bentley and Monika Ganguly Kiefner. Thank you. Marketing Committee will be Kyle Dawson. Community Cleanup and Beautification Committee will be Kiana. And Youth Initiatives, we have Heather Brouillard and Sarah Cosgrove. We do have one open chair, and that's the Volunteer Development and Fundraising. So if anybody has interest in that, what we've done is we've set up the room for some time for breakout sessions. Each one of those breakout sessions, we've got the different groups identified. We'll be taking approximately a half an hour for these breakout sessions. The expectation, and we worked on this a little bit in December, was to prioritize kind of the goals over the next year with each of these committees, as well as identify a lead. And what we'd really like to have happen as well is a scheduled meeting, monthly meeting for folks to engage in. That can be remote, it can be in person, but trying to develop that so that folks are able to participate outside of the monthly vision meeting to start developing and working through these initiatives. So this afternoon, I've got marketing in the back over by the donuts. I did that on purpose. Thank you, Kyle. I've got Healthcare Committee over in the corner in the far right as we enter the building. I've got Volunteer Development, which I'll be standing in for today without a chair. That's on the back left. We've got Community Policing in the front next to Matt. I've got Community Cleanup over here in the corner, and Youth Council, you folks will be over there in the corner, chairs well arranged. So the expectation over the next 30 minutes is that we're meeting to have these discussions. We do have some goals already identified, but still some work to do, and then prioritizing those goals and seeing who we need at the table to move this work forward. I think that's an important part of that. You're here, you're committed to being here, but what does that look like? I also want to clearly identify that we want to avoid duplication. So there's a lot of great work that's already happening around youth development, youth council, and other initiatives. The goal of Vision is to enhance and support and expand not only the understanding of the work that needs to be done, but also support the work that's existing work in a positive way. So the idea is that we're here working together and not being duplicative, or keep maintaining healthy boundaries with those that get paid to do this work or that have been working on this intentionally for years for some of these initiatives. So I will go ahead and start the clock for breakouts and see you all probably at 1 o'clock, I think. We're not going to do a report out today. We're going to save those for notes for the meeting. At 1 o'clock, we will have donuts and coffee as well. So for that half hour from 1 to 1:30, we want to be able to do a little bit of socializing and some informal check-ins out in the front. Thanks so much, everyone.